Back at Puckett Fieldhouse, we get ready for men's action. 13-8, Grandview Vikings 8-6 in the Heart, in third place in the Northern Division. Central Methodist 17-8, 8-6. Second place in the South Division. Big ball games for both sides. With a loss, Grandview would probably be able to hold on to third place in the North. With a loss, Central would fall all the way down to about fifth or sixth place. So it's a big ball game for them. Women's game just ended a couple of minutes ago with the Central winning, picking up a big win, 93-79, 14-point win over Grandview. This is Charlie Brown. I'm joined again by Jim Ross, helping me out with the broadcast.
Well, I think you mentioned the log jam in the South. In the Heart of America Conference standings, 5 teams within a game of each other.
Yeah, I mentioned that a loss here could drop Central as far down as fifth or sixth place in the conference.
Right, knock them out of the playoff picture. Of course, they've got a big game with Evangel coming up next week as well. So, but then the schedule turns to their favor as they finish at 3 home games. Yeah.
Now, they have had a problem the last couple of years defending the nest here, as they call it.
Is that right?
Yeah, they tend to play better on the road at times than they do at home. Now, their big win this year, the William Penn game, was here at home, and they won that one by 6 points, and that was the number 2 or number 3 team in the nation at the time, and they're back to number 2 in the nation. That's their only loss.
Right.
That ball game.
In fact, I think they moved up to 1 last week, so – William Penn, they had a really, really good player a couple years ago. I think was an NBA prospect. Don't know if he ever made that happen or not, but this is a big game for sure. And well, all of them are big. When you're sitting at 8-6 and you got 4 other teams around you, you need to win every night out and finish out. And they got a nice win against Benedictine.
And what Jim's telling you is true. Evangel is in first place in the conference with an 8-5 conference record. Then Central at 8-6, Park at 7-6, Baker at 7-6, Mid-America at 7-6, and Benedictine at 7-7.
Right.
So you have 2 bad ball games in a row, and you're in 6th place in the conference.
Exactly.
in the division.
Yeah, the old adage, you drop like a rock, that would be appropriate in that.
Yeah, that would be a heavy rock that's dropping. So the Eagles need to pull out a win, figure out a win here for Coach Sherman and his bunch. The Eagles average 76 points per ball game, give up 72. On the other side, Grandview averages 79 and gives up 74. Gives up 75.6. So
if you look at the stats, this should be a close game as well.
Yep.
Our conference records are the same. Actually, I was aiming to bring this up in the girls' game. I was talking to Coach Davis before the girls' game, and they're going to an unbalanced schedule next year. I don't know if you've heard this or not, but
no.
Right now they play everybody in their division, which is the South for Central Methodist, twice. And then they play every other team once. Well, next year they're going to go to you play random teams from the other division twice. And like he said, that will make for how do you really determine a true conference champion?
Yeah, because you have the same record, and you've played teams at the bottom of the division, and I played teams at the top of the division.
Right. So I don't think – he didn't come right out and say he wasn't real happy with that plan, but that was the impression that I got.
I would say that would probably be very true, that he would not be very happy with that, because if he's battling whoever it is, well, it won't be Evangel, because I hear the rumor is Evangel's leaving the conference.
Oh, is that right?
That's what I heard.
Wow.
I heard that when they were up here, that there was a distinct possibility they were trying to get out, and they were trying to get out of the conference after this year.
To go to –
don't know what they're going to do, but, they've got a new president. They've rebranded. They're not the Crusaders anymore.
Well, longtime coach Steve Jenkins, he's retired now too. So
they are now Valor instead of Crusaders. They've taken the knight off the horse, and they kept the horse, and that is now their symbol. They're VALOR. They're the Valor. Yes.
Wow. Well, and back in the day when you and I were here at Central Methodist Conference – the conference record didn't do anything for you in terms of the playoffs, because you were in a District 16 is what it was called. And back in those days, all of the state schools were also in that. Of course, now they're Division II school, NCAA Division II schools, most of them. A couple of them actually Division I. So it's quite different today than it was back then. And, of course, now another change coming next year. So, it used to be a true heart of America league. Now it's kind of turned into the Iowa League, it would seem to me, as a lot of schools from up north are in it. And
I'm guessing if Evangel does leave the conference, that it's going to be replaced by a Kansas or an Iowa school.
Well, it almost have to be.
And I think everybody would not necessarily like to see Evangel leave, but those northern schools from Nebraska and Iowa would certainly like to find a school a little closer. Than 2 hours further than Central Methodist.
Right. And you've got Central Methodist is kind of out in the middle of nowhere, if you will. You got Culver Stockton that's really off the beaten path for the league. Mount Mercy's kind of over that direction out of Iowa. But, the travel in this league is daunting at times.
Yeah, there's a long way to go for some of these games, and the bus ride cannot be all that pleasant sometimes. As we mentioned during the women's game earlier, it used to be when you played basketball here and when I went to school here, the basketball games were Friday night, Saturday afternoon. You played, as on the men's team, you played a 7:30 Friday night game and turned around and played at 4 o'clock the next afternoon.
2 o'clock.
Oh, you played at 2 o'clock?
Yeah, because the girls did not travel with us. We did not play at the same time back in those days. And so, quite different. It made for some interesting road trips, needless to say, and overnight stays in places like Lamoni, Iowa.
The Lamoni Chief, the only hotel in town.
Yeah.
I said something and somebody said, "Oh, it's still there." Oh, well, I'm really sorry to hear that. I hope it's been renovated several times since then.
Central's on a 2-game win streak on the boys' side, and Grandview's won 3 of their last 4. As you mentioned, they're tied in the north for second at 8-6, and they're tied with Mount Mercy. William Penn, as you said, 1 loss on the year, leads the league at 22-1. Next closest team is Clark at 6-8, so there's a little bit of a space between the top 3 and the bottom 3 in the north, or the bottom 4 in the north. Whereas the South is jam-packed, as we mentioned. So this a very important game for the Jeff Sherman-led Eagle Club.
About to have the introduction of the starting players for both sides. And we'll get those for you as they come out. But Coach Sherman initially was looking for a big guy at semester, but had one of his former players come back into his lap, Marcus Anthony, who played here last year and then left for a little while and came back. So he's been a welcome addition back into the fold.
And they're getting most of their scoring from 3 guys, Jonathan Brown, Tim Cameron, and Fody Camara. And you'd like to see a little more contributions from some of the other guys. And so
they get some off the bench, but I will tell you the key to almost any ball game that Central plays is Fody Camara. He rebounds the ball really well. He shoots really well. And when he goes out, they have trouble. Isaiah Johnson, a 6'2 freshman guard from Waterloo, Iowa, averaging 8.1 points per ball game, 0. Number 1, 6'5 senior guard from Denver, Colorado, Dallas Bailey, averaging 13.8. Drew Johnson, a 6-foot senior guard from Clive, Iowa, number 4. He averages 11.3. Ryan Miller, 5'11 senior guard from Walker, Iowa, averaging 19.9. He's their leading scorer. He's number 24. And Jackson Golightly, a 6'8 senior forward from Maryville, Missouri, averaging 9.7. Kamara was out sick for part of that 2-game losing streak that they had.
Well, didn't they have a number of games that had COVID things going on?
Oh, yeah, where players were out. Tim Cameron's missed ball games. Kamara's missed ball games. Tim Cameron, number 3, 6'4 senior guard from Norcross, Georgia, averaging 12.8. 6-foot guard, sophomore, from Sedalia, Missouri. Trent Lyles averaging 5.3, and he jumps out of the gym. A 6'5" sophomore guard from Belleville, Illinois, number 11, Isaiah May, averaging 9.2. Jonathan Brown, a 6'3" sophomore guard from London, England, averaging 18.3. And a 6'6" senior from Queens, New York, number 23, Fodi Kamara, averaging 10.6. He's around the basket all the time. He is, I'm sure, I'm going to look up my stats, I'm sure he's the leading rebounder, and he has 188. He's got 40 more rebounds than the next closest person on the team.
Averages about 9 a game. And
for a while this year he was averaging a double-double.
So Central not a huge club.
Nope, they're big boys. They got a 6'8" that sits on the bench, and he'll come in a little while. That's Big Tom Sawulu, also from London, England. May and Cameron are pretty good size for guards. Kamara at 6'6", plays bigger than he is because he's so active around the basket.
Central in their gray home uniforms as well.
May and Go Lightly. And the Vikings have the basketball to start the ball game. Miller, their leading scorer, passes it off. This is Johnson with it. Miller around the corner, inside. Shot blocked. Brown comes out with it. Kamara. Cameron on the run. Lays it up hard off the back rim. He was looking for a dunk but couldn't figure out how to do that without a charge.
High above the rim on that drive.
There's a travel. Has a couple of hop steps trying to get open.
So off to a bit of a slow start for
Isaiah Johnson with that travel call. Cameron was listed on a watch site as one of the top 100 players in small college basketball. That's Jonathan Brown from London, England. His folks are watching. It's
6 hours. Difference,
yeah,
right?
it's 10 or 11 o'clock at night. This is okay for them because they're used to watching at 7:30 at night when they're watching early in the morning.
Good looking shot.
Johnson. Let's go lightly. There's a three on the way and good by Bailey.
Yes.
Tied at 3.
Bailey took a look over to some fans in the stands. He must have been getting heckled a little bit.
Yeah, must have catch some stuff. Kamara. Brown with another 3. That one comes up short. May knocks it out of bounds. I don't know if you saw it or not, but there was a high school over in Kansas that threw some students out for yelling air ball after a missed shot.
Oh, is that right?
Yep. Said it was unsportsmanlike and tossed them. You got to go. This is Miller. Looks inside. Skips it all the way across. Go lightly against Isaiah May. He's on his backside, but he manages to get it to Miller. Corner. 3 from there, and that's good as well. That's Johnson again. They've got Bailey having the first 3, but I don't think Bailey hit the first 3, but I could be wrong. Maybe he did.
Well, I'll see what the official stats say. I was snoozing on the job here.
Now they've got it on the board as 3 points apiece, so I'm sure that's the way it's on the score as well. Kamara against Go Lightly, spins, goes underneath the basket, kicks it out. Cameron from the short corner. Skips off the top of the backboard. The shot clock, and the shot clock expires.
Yeah, we mentioned it off the air. Central made a ton of threes against Benedictine on Thursday. That's not necessarily their best game.
Yeah, May had a career high. He had 5 threes and 17 or 18 points in the game. Knocked away by Kamara. To the basket. Tipped around. As May tried to score it. Go Lightly comes out. New set of officials, and they're not calling the blocking shots inside a foul like they did in the women's game.
Yeah, you'll get
reverse, no good
shots
by Johnson.
I know one of the officials, and he'll let them play, I can tell you.
Here comes Ryan Miller on the run. Bank shot too hard. Cameron with a rebound. We've got a track meets broken out.
That's a fact.
Brown pulls up, jumper good. He's got all 5 in the game, 6-5. Coach Sherman preaches to his kids, his young men, about scoring, because I've heard him say numerous times, we're not going to win many games with 60 points.
Well, at this pace, they won't have to worry about that.
Kamara muscles it up and in. Fody Kamara with his first basket.
They averaged 76 points a game.
Kamara was a senior last year, was a free year, so he came back. They lost their 6'11 player on the second day of practice. Torn Achilles. Rain Hartman done for the year. Coach Sherman's going to be hoarse by halftime at the rate he's going. Go lightly with a long three and hits it.
Wee.
Jackson, go lightly.
From about 26 feet.
Time was running down, and he squared that up nicely. It's 9-7 in favor of Grandview. May, see if his three-point touch still is intact. It is not. Miller grabs the rebound. I've talked to his family, Isaiah May's family. Nice folks. Johnson from the corner again. Hits that one again, and Coach Sherman wants a timeout.
Hey, you can't leave them wide open like that. They can shoot it.
So they've got 12 points. That's 4 threes. Is that correct, Jim? Is that that they're all three-pointers that they've made everything?
That is correct.
Yeah, so he's going to have to put a stop to that. I want to say hi to Coach Sherman's parents out in Colorado. Know that they're watching the game out there. Appreciate that. Know our folks over in London, England are watching. Big Tom will be in the game before you know it. Of course, if they're going to fire threes, it doesn't make any difference who's in the game. If they're going to fire and make threes.
Haven't seen Mr. Sherman since the days Jeff and I played together back in the
He tunes into all the ball games, gets to see his son Jeff, his grandson Matt, and then great-grandkids running around on the court at halftime and after the game. So they tune in and watch on a regular basis. Little weave action, Brown and May. That's Isaiah May. Cameron got a 3 lined up. Looks good. Points at somebody on their bench. Must have gotten a little talk over there as well.
Yeah, and the officials taking heed to that. You can't taunt like that.
Dylan Miller into the ball game. That's him with the ball right there. Not to be confused with Ryan Miller. Comes up short. Brown with a rebound.
Got away with a little hook that time going to the hole.
Lyles to Cameron in the corner. Loses the handle, gets it back. Kamara goes under the basket, misses. I talked to you in the first half about Willock missing a shot, getting a rebound, and then putting it back in, shooting 50%. Kamara does that from time to time, too.
Isaiah May high with the putback that time.
He's a 6'5" body out on the floor. And there's a travel on Dylan Miller. He's a 6'2" junior guard from Mason City, Iowa. Big Tom Sawulu checks into the ball game at 6'8", 245. Freshman.
Saw him walking down the street when I pulled into town today.
Did he block the sun out? I mean, he's a big man.
Pretty much.
And I understand his grandfather was called Big Tom until recently. And now Big Tom is on the court here.
Big Tom's now Little Tom.
Yeah, he goes in. He's left-handed. He scoops, can't get it to go, though, unfortunately. And Dallas Bryson into the ball game grabs a rebound. Dylan Miller has it tipped away from him, goes into the backcourt. You'll be amazed at some point in this ball game, Big Tom Sawulu will be on the floor diving for a loose ball. And people will be getting out of his way.
It rattles the building.
And there's a miss by Isaiah Johnson. Lyles. Back out. Brown. Inside to Sawulu. He's a 60-some% shooter from the floor because he shoots it from right there. Lyles with a 3, hits it. Was not a very good three-point shooter earlier in the season, but he's been lighting it up here lately. Guard from Sedalia.
7 made three-pointers in this game already.
There's one underneath. Sewulu got caught in traffic, and Dallas Bryson scores.
Nice.
Bryson is a 6'6" senior out of Peoria. Cameron tries to go around, almost loses the ball, gets it back, continues to dribble. May, Brown, Sewulu with a pick. May, inside. Nice find. Continue to find it. Cameron with 8. Lyles just made a 3. That one's off the rim, no good. Sewulu over the back, no foul called. Bailey with it. Johnson, Bailey. This is Ryan Miller, their leading scorer, and he hasn't even attempted a shot, I don't think, yet. Jumper no good. Up for the rebound is Lyles. He'll push, step through to the hoop. Score, but offensive foul will wipe it out.
Yep, they will.
As Dallas Bryson took that one.
He was really close to the restrictive arc.
First foul on Lyles. Drew Johnson checks back in. Kamara gets ready to check back in for the Eagles. This is Dylan Miller. And he's called for an offensive foul.
Yeah, a little forearm shiver that time. He used that offhand when he went to the hoop. The last time he had the ball inside. This time he's caught.
Coach Sherman talking to Thomas Sewulu about getting lost in traffic on the defensive end. A couple of trips down the floor. Brown. Jump him. Cameron. Goes off of a leg. He runs it down before it gets to half court. Lyle. Spin, reverse, jumper on the way, off the rim, no good.
Good job penetrating that time by Lyle, just couldn't finish.
Miller to the hoop, lays it up and in, goes over Brown. 16-15, first points for Miller. He averages almost 20. Cameron just inside the three-point line. Curls around, no good. Lyles told you he could jump. Got the rebound, but he lost it to Dylan Miller. Bailey. Johnson had it. Lyles steals it and throws it off Miller out of bounds, or throws it off of Johnson. And it'll be Central basketball. And now Marcus Anthony gets ready to check in for the Eagles.
Smart play that time by Lyles.
Lyles from Little Sacred Heart High School in Sedalia.
Is that right? Went to State Fair Community College.
He did. And then he came up here. I had him in an 8-man football game one time. Call that. Cameron, offensive foul. Sacred Heart was so small, had 8-man football. Called that. Lyles was the quarterback, defensive back, punt returner, kickoff returner, and he scored on all of those things in that game.
That is entertaining football to watch.
Oh, man. It's a shorter, narrower field, and 70 points is the norm in that.
Right.
Lyles with the foul. Cameron with the foul, rather. Jumper comes up short. Marcus Anthony with the rebound. Product of Jeff City, Elias High School. Likes to attack the hoop. Spins, and he's going to be called for a travel. This one doesn't have quite the pace that the women's game had, scoring-wise.
No.
That was up and in. It was 28-23 at the end of the first quarter of the women's game. We're at that point right now at 18-15.
Right. Well, Central just not doing what Coach Sherman would like to see on the defensive end. Letting penetration. Got to shut that down.
Anthony does not get the shot off. Shot clock violation. And this has been an issue at times for Central that they go into these lulls where they just don't score very many points very often, and the long period of not scoring takes them from a lead to being caught up or behind, or being tied and being way well behind, and now they're down 3.
Right. Yeah,
so timeout called.
Can't have that media timeout, I guess. They do them on the 10s. Is that what they do in this league?
I guess.
It's a little
All I know is they just keep calling timeouts and we have a break. And I just keep talking.
It's different in every league, it seems like. Well, a pretty good start shooting for Grandview as they're 7 of 15, while Central Methodist at 6 for 16. As I mentioned, both teams have made together have made 7 3-pointers, 4 for 5 for Grandview, 3 for 7 for Central Methodist. And believe it or not, we've played 10 minutes and have not had a free throw. Nobody in double figures yet, obviously, with an 18-15 score.
So this has been the slow start that sometimes follows them around.
Well, I guess the good news is that Grandview hasn't come out of the gates gangbusters either.
Got to redo my scoreboard. My wife texted me and says the scoreboard's not working, so we will disconnect from that and then reconnect and see if we can get it to work.
It's good she keeps an eye on you.
She does. She knows. I need all the help I can get. There we go. Kick it to the corner. Miller with a straight-up 3. Can't get it to go. Jaden McGrew into the game with a rebound. He's a lefty. Kamara wants the offense to run. He's setting picks, and he wants somebody to use them. Marcus Anthony just beyond the free throw line. Hits it.
That's a good pick by Kamara. Gave him a wide-open look.
Kamara does so much stuff on the floor. Not just the rebounding and all of that, but he's active. He guards bigger people. He blocks them out. He gets rebounds. He gets steals. And there's another case where he knocks it off of a player going out of bounds.
Yep, got a good deflection that time from Queens, New York.
He is second on the team behind Tim Cameron in steals on the season. He's your leading rebounder. He shoots 50% from the floor. Lyles with a long 3 doesn't go. That's Drew Johnson from the corner.
His first 3 ball of the game. Or check that second. Nope, first. I had it right the first time.
It's 21-17. Scoreboard's now working. Lyles fakes a 3, goes to the hoop. McGrew, not a three-point shooter. Anthony is, and hits that one. He's come off the bench for 5 quick points. And he's got to be back on defense in a hurry. Jonathan Brown gets ready to check back in. Anthony knocks it out of bounds. I saw Marcus Anthony for 2 years playing against Boonville High School, and he always found a way to get to the hoop. A little harder at this level with the number of big bodies, but he is not afraid to take the ball into the lane.
Jeff City Elias, huh?
Yes, sir. Knocked Boonville out of the playoffs 2 years in a row.
That was probably under Josh Buffington, who's now the head coach at Jeff City High School.
He's got another one lined up.
Feeling it.
He's got 8. Just keep throwing him the ball because right now he's working it.
Yes, sir.
Bailey in the corner. Go lightly. Back to Bailey. Back to go lightly. Defensive intensity's picked up a little bit. Drew Johnson on the way. Rims out no good. McGrew with the rebound. Anthony going to try another one. That one he finally misses one, and Go lightly has the rebound.
He was on the move that time. Really didn't get set like he needed to.
Golightly. He's got a three-pointer as the shot clock was running out. This is Bailey against Kamara. Golightly again. He's going to fire another three from downtown. That one long rebound, comes all the way back out. Corner three on the way and good. Drew Johnson, his second three of the ball game. And we're going to see, talking about Boonville, we're going to see Boonville product Charlie Bronikowski come into the ball game for the Eagles in just a moment.
Not shy about the three, are they?
Yeah, they're not. Neither side is. Anthony misses it. Three just made by that shooter, by Johnson. He misses that one, and McGrew has the rebound. Kamara going to go spin against Golightly. Has the ball stripped away from him. He's going to battle to try and get to it, but he's going to be called for a foul. That'll be his first personal foul.
Yeah, not a lot of fouls in this game. Just the fourth overall, third team foul on Central.
Dallas Bryson back in, and Charlie Bronikowski enters the game. Tim Cameron in. Kamara and May leave.
Bronikowski may have the hair of the game.
He does have a full set. His problem has been he is was a small forward in high school, was able to play the wing and shoot and rebound. At this level, he's not quite able to muscle up with a big guy inside. And he's a little slow to be out on the wing. Marcus Anthony takes about 9 steps to get ready to shoot, misses. Brown down the lane to the hoop. Before the shot, on the floor. Dennis Schaefer, head coach of the Vikings. Assistant coach Mason Denholm. Graduate assistant Connor Sanias. Student assistants Michael Everston and Jermaine Sagbo. Bronikowski inside, loses a handle on it. Now he loses the ball. Golightly has it. Ryan Miller through the hands and almost out of bounds, but Johnson runs it down, has it back. He's got a pair of threes in the game. Miller, their leading scorer. Short with that. I was just looking at the numbers. They have played, they being Grandview, 21 games, and they have attempted 538 threes.
Yeah, and that's very similar to Central Methodist.
It's very similar to the women's game that we saw just a little while ago. That's about a 25 or a 26 per game average of shooting threes.
Central Methodist has shot 538 three-pointers.
Exactly the same. Numbers are the same, so I wonder if I copied them off wrong.
No, 536 for Grandview. Just two difference.
Okay. Mays with the ball. Brown. McGrew. He's a lefty. Lane puts it up with his offhand. Can't get it to go. There's Kamara with a rebound. Spins to the hoop. Can't get it to fall, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the free throw line.
Good work on the glass that time by the big fella.
Yeah, I tell you, he's active.
Yeah, he certainly is.
He's got 188 rebounds coming into this game.
Central a little shaky from the free throw line as a team at 67%.
Well, I'll tell you, there's one of their best players, unbelievably, is shooting worse from the free throw line than from the field. That would be Tim Cameron. He's a 44% free throw shooter. Shoots 47% from the floor. Maybe he just needs to back up from the free throw line.
There you go. Well, you've seen those guys that step way back from the free throw line from time to time. Maybe
step back by the head of the key and fire it from there if that's what you're used to. Bailey stuck with it. Kamara steals it. This is Cameron. He'll step back and forth to the hoop. No go, no foul. He looks for something, and it's kicked out immediately, and this is Connor Robertson into the ball game. That's Bailey to the hoop. Lays it off. Laying it up and in is Dallas Bryson. He's got 4.
Good ball fake that time by Bryson to get the defense in the air.
Brown hit a 3 early, hits that one now. He's got 8. Coach Sherman says he wants a full timeout, so we'll just take that with him. And I'll tell you, we want to thank our corporate partners for their continued support of CMU Athletics: MFA Oil, the Braun Home, Community Auto Sales and Service, AirLink, Drury Hotels, Missouri Pacific Lumber, Howard County Electric, and Commercial Trust Company. Eagles are on the road Wednesday night in Springfield at Evangel, and then back here next Saturday. And I think that's Park College next Saturday.
I believe you're right.
You and I discussed doing a ball game, and you had the choice between today's ball games with Clark and next week with Park, or with this week with Grandview and then with Park. And it looked like the Grandview games might be a little more interesting. And I think they've lived up to it so far.
So far, so good, yeah. So far, so good. 28 all.
And I appreciate Jim doing this for us, jumping in and helping out. As you may have noticed so far, Quentin Norris is not with me today. Quentin was not able to make it here today. Jim has jumped in to help out.
Yeah, y'all don't have quite as much snow as we got 13 inches at my place.
We got about 6 in Warrensburg. There's about 10 here in Fayette, so you're right. We didn't get as much as you got. But it was enough to call school off for 3 days in my area, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday.
Yep, same thing for us.
And my daughter and son-in-law live in Warrensburg, and that's why we're there. They're both school teachers, so they got a couple of days off. And they've got 3 boys, 9, 7, and 3. So they got a couple of days off.
My wife teaches, and I think she was ready to go back to school.
What does she teach, Jim?
She is now the Title I teacher. She taught elementary 4th and 5th grade, 3rd and 4th grade, I should say, for years and years and years. And they hired her as a Title I teacher a couple of years ago. Title I math.
Oh, nice ball fake, but we've got a double dribble called. And the coaches from Grandview stand up and say he didn't dribble it the first time. How did he double dribble? But it is what it is. McGrew, May, Cameron looks for the alley-oop. Brown's got a 3 lined up. He's been good with that so far, and he hits another one. He's got 3 threes and a 2. He's got 11 in the ball game, and the Eagles are up 3.
Great shooting by Brown. He is the leading scorer for the Eagles.
He had 18 or so in the exhibition game against BYU.
Averages 18 a game. Yeah, and I'm sure that was quite a trip for this team.
If you talk to the players or to Coach Sherman about that, it was a no-lose situation for them and a great experience for his players.
And Provo, Utah is a pretty cool place, too.
And a travel called. And the other part of that, in addition to being a great thing for his players, the BYU people were so nice to them. If you caught any of the broadcasts at all, they were so complimentary of Central Methodist and their program and Coach Sherman. You know, they said, we talked to him this week, and he's just such a nice guy. He's just a gentleman. He's been there forever. You know, we talked about all the wins he's got, and he made sure we knew that we also had a lot of losses to go along with all those wins. Kamara steals the ball and scores.
Now, did you go out and travel with the team?
I did not travel with them. I watched it online. And it was, BYU had just beaten Oregon, who was in like number 15 in the nation,
right,
and they beat them by 39. They beat Central by like 35. So, all in all, it was a great experience for all of it. Cameron tips it away, and he's got it. I don't think you get to go those many places like that very often. Brown's got it again. May at the top of the key. Gives it up to Cameron.
And on a side note of that, there was probably some financial considerations that helped support the Central program.
Yes, I suspect that what they got in the way of a stipend to come out and play pretty much paid for their trip out there. Cameron with a rebound and a putback. Stretching it out to 7. Because they didn't come right back. They stayed out in that area and did some other things for a couple of days afterwards. So the players got a lot of time away from campus. Ryan Miller can't get anywhere inside, kicks it out, 3. And they've gone cold on the three-point shot, and the Eagles have been able to build their lead based on that. Brown with a ball fake on a 3. McGrew in the corner, going to go baseline. Nice pass to Kamara, but he blows the chippy. In between banking and shooting it straight in.
Yeah.
Go lightly. Couple of moves inside. He misses the chippy with the left hand.
Lid's on the bucket right now.
And Coach Sherman yells to slow it down. Jonathan Brown stopped in his tracks and handed the ball to Tim Cameron.
Yeah, Coach Sherman's been active in the first half over there.
He doesn't sit much during the ball games. Brown, May, McGrew. Not a three-point shooter. May was hot in the last ball game, but that one doesn't go, and Go Lightly checks Kamara away from the ball. Johnson inside, hits the bottom of the rim on the way up. Cameron on the way back. Here comes Kamara to the hoop. He's going to be fouled by Dallas Bailey. Be his first personal foul, and Fody Kamara will go to the line. 62% free throw shooter for the season.
I know you're going to find this challenging to believe. 35 seconds to play in this half, and Grandview has not shot a free throw.
Oh, well, their women used up all their free throws in the first game. They shot 29. Kamara crawls the first one in. Well, I think, Jim, when you shoot lots of threes, you don't tend to get many free throw attempts off of that.
That's true. If you're not going to penetrate and make the other team defend, your chances of going to the line aren't very good.
Kamara's second. He's got 7 in the game. Misses. Comes up short. Ryan Miller. About 4 seconds difference on the shot clock and the game clock. About 3. Go lightly to the hoop. Runner on the baseline is good. Central can have the last shot. They have a 6-point lead. They can go into the halftime up at least 6, maybe 8, maybe 9. Jaden McGrew.
Go lightly. That's got to be your name of the year, doesn't it?
I got a better one for you in just a second. McGrew can't get it to go, but there's Kamara putting it up and in. Baker University has a 6'8 player whose name is Kobe Buffalo Meat.
No way.
Part Indian.
I would guess.
And I always have a blast with that. Buffalo meat in the lane, buffalo meat on the floor.
Oh, mercy.
38-30. Yep. I knew that you'd appreciate that.
Okay, that beats Go Lightly.
Well,
I'll give it to you.
Just a little bit, not a lot, just a little bit. So our score at halftime, 38-30 in favor of the Eagles. We're going to take a quick break, get some stats put together, and we'll be back in about 2.5 minutes or so here on the Hart Conference Network from Central Methodist University.
Life in college has changed forever, and now you get to choose the college experience that fits your world, your way. It's your education. Finally, you get to choose. Central Methodist University is the place to start your journey, whether it's learning online or going to class in person and enjoying all a traditional college life offers, like the Digital U technology and lifestyle at Central. Central has a network of offerings that are hard to beat, from nursing to marine biology, from chemistry to music performance and cybersecurity. The athletic programs at Central are among the best in the country. The campus is safe, and there are dozens of clubs and organizations from which to choose. Or, if a different way of learning is your thing, we have classes across Missouri and online. Get your college experience on track your way. Choose Central Methodist University. Fayette, Missouri, online and statewide.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it at Central Methodist University. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U. Available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more. At last, an approach to teaching and learning that connects the traditional classroom to the real world at Central Methodist University. Now you can learn the way you live and the way you'll work with the new Digital U, available only on the campus of CMU. Be more.
How do you make traditional education more effective for today's job market? You transform it. Now the only limit to your education is your imagination. The new Digital U at Central Methodist University. Be more.
Belton.
We're back. It's halftime, 38-30 in favor of the Eagles. Game got off to a little bit of a slow start, and then it picked up along the way. Let's show you some halftime stats. Field goal percentage, Grandview at 40%, Central at 42.4. Free throws, Grandview did not shoot one in the first half. Central 75% from the line. Three-pointers, which Grandview shoots a lot of, so does Central. 42.9 for Grandview, 46.7 for Central. Rebounding, as per normal, Central normally out-rebounds their opponents. They're up 24-14 in that category. 7 offensive rebounds for the Eagles. There's only 1 for Grandview. Turnovers 11-10 in favor of the Eagles. And Jim's going to look at the stats and tell you if he sees anything else that jumps out and then give you some individual scoring.
One of the main things that jumps out at me is fouls in the game. 4 for Grandview, only 3 for Central. We had 2 girls with 3 fouls in that first game individually.
Yeah, we had 3 women in the first game foul out.
Right. Points in the paint even at 10 each, so not much going on inside for either club.
That's not really surprising, other than Kamara kind of cleans up inside with some points. But other than that, everybody's shooting long-range jumpers.
Only 1 player in double figures for both clubs. We'll look at Grandview first. Dallas Bailey with 7. 6 for Isaiah Johnson. Drew Johnson with 6 as well. Golightly with 5. Dallas Bryson with 4, and Ryan Miller with their leading scorer held to 2 points in that first half. So a really good job defensively by the Eagles on Grandview's leading scorer. Jonathan Brown leads the Eagles with 11, 9 for Fody Kumar. Marcus Anthony with 8, hit a couple of threes. Jonathan Brown hit 3 threes actually. Tim Cameron with 5, Trent Lyles with 3, Isaiah May with 2. And Central Methodist only got to the line 4 times as well. So a quick first half here from Puckett Fieldhouse is not a lot of fouls.
Not a lot of whistles.
Not a lot of whistles, that's right.
And I think the players appreciate that, knowing that they can move the game along a little bit and play a little bit more. The women's game was, you couldn't even try to block a shot without a foul being called.
Yeah, there's a nice flow to this game, and the only thing that would help it a little bit would be for the balls to go in the bucket a little more, right? But really, you look at it at 40% and 42%, neither team's shooting too bad at all.
Yeah, let's compare that to the game we did about an hour and a half ago. The women's game at halftime was 52-46.
Right.
There's 68 points in this one. There was 98 scored in the first half of that one.
Yeah, it was quite the women's game, needless to say, and unfortunately for the Eagles. 2
of the top women's teams in the Heart went at it. And the Eagles came away with a victory, strengthened their hold on first place in the Heart Southern Division. And that hurts Grandview a little bit. It drops them down to second place, and that ball game could very well be a semifinal game in the conference tournament.
Could be.
So, we've talked about we talked during the women's game about the expanded field being a help, because in the old days there would be a good possibility that if Central did not win the conference championship and Grandview and Clark played for the championship, those would be the 2 teams that would go to the tournament, and Central would be left out.
Right. And what is it? Is it the top team in each division gets a bid to the tournament now?
It is the conference regular season champion and then the conference tournament champion, and if that's the same person, then they'll take one other team from would get the automatic. Because like Columbia College, their conference gets an automatic berth, so they're going to get in. So there were so many teams that were going to get in automatically. You know, it's just like the NCAA, 65 or whatever. You're hoping that nobody upsets a team that's in front of you because that's just going to take another spot up that you're not going to get to.
Right.
So you want the favored teams to win and not a lot of upsets because the favored team's still going to get in, and now the team that pull the upset's going to get in as well, and that takes one spot away. But if it's an expanded field, which you said Coach Davis told you it was, that's okay. And the way that the Hart's going to do the conference tournament this year is the top 3 teams from each division automatically get in. And then the 2 teams with the best records, the next 2 best records will get in as well, even if they're from the same division, because they had a team get in last year that had a losing record because they were the 4th team in the division. And I can look at the standings right now and tell you that in the Northern Division with the men, there are 5 teams with losing records. There are 4 teams with losing records. There are 3 teams with a winning record and 4 teams with a losing record. On the other side, you've got 6 teams in the South Division at 500 or better.
Right.
So the number one team from the South would play the number 4 team from the North in theory. And then the number 1 team from the North would play the number 4 from the South, and the 2s and 3s would play each other. So it's pretty imperative that you get to a 1 or a 2 so you get a home game,
right,
or a couple of home games.
Well, and the NAI went to 1 division a couple of years ago. They used to have 2 divisions and 2 national tournaments. One was at Kansas City, and the other one was in Branson for a long time at College of the Ozarks. Of course, those divisions combined, 2 years ago, 3 years ago?
Yeah. And
it's all at Municipal Auditorium in Kansas City now, which, that's a fun time. I don't know if you've ever gone over there. You can go sit at Municipal Auditorium, watch basketball from 9 o'clock until 9 o'clock at night if you want.
I have sat through high school basketball from 9 o'clock in the morning to 9 o'clock or so at night. I did, for Prepcast, my high school business that I have an association with, I did back-to-back games at the Hearn Center a couple of years ago, 6 games of semifinals.
Oh, gosh.
And 6 games of third place and third place games. So, yeah.
You talked about Coach Sherman maybe not having a voice for the second half. You probably didn't have a voice the next day.
I learned a long time ago in broadcasting that if I want to be louder, I just turn my mic up. I don't talk very loud, and I don't scream and holler much unless there's something really to carry on about. So, I just learned it. And I have an association with University of Central Missouri out in Warrensburg where I live. I have interns and students who come and work for us that want to do broadcasting. They have a digital media production department out there. So we get producers and stuff for those, and that's one of the first things they ask is how do you do multiple games without losing your voice? Don't talk so loud. Just turn your mic up.
Yeah.
No one wants to hear you scream and holler and not understand what's going on. So just talk to them and tell them like that. If I need to be louder, I'll just turn my mic up. You'll know when I get excited because I'll be too loud. But it's just the way I do it. Nobody says it's right. It works for me.
Everybody's got their style. There's no question about that.
And I've got a friend that's doing my Warrensburg games for me. It's his first year of announcing. He's had kids go through college and go through high school, play basketball all the time. And he says, well, what do I want to do? And I said, what do you want to do? What is it that you like to do? And now he's adopted Bang for his basket call. So he was gone for a little while on business, and he came back, and he said, the Bang is back. So when he's not there and I have to go fill in for him, it's a hard fill in for me because I don't bang too often on baskets. And he's got, when you're around a program for a long time, you have a lot of back knowledge. You have a lot of back knowledge about Sherman because you played.
Right.
And I've had David Fox on here. He's got knowledge about it. I'm going to have him and Danny Widhelm in here in a couple weeks. And that's the thing. They have stories and knowledge about things just like you do that I don't have any idea about.
Right.
You know, I can tell you Ken Ash stories all day long. Yeah. I know a lot of those, but I'm not sure that any of those I can put on the air without offending somebody.
Well, Danny and David and I played together when I played up here. I roomed, actually, my senior year, I roomed with Danny. So those guys are both good friends of mine. And, of course, Foxy, a longtime coach at Jefferson City, now the executive director of the Show Me Games.
Took over for Ken Ash when he retired from
that's
it.
That's right. And Danny's worked for Shelter Insurance pretty much, I think, his whole career.
I think he has as well, and I'm glad it's not State Farm because he wouldn't be around here anymore. They've moved all of their offices around here to Bloomington, Illinois, or Bloomington, Indiana. I don't know, because I have a friend that son plays for Boonville High School, and he's commuting from Bloomington on a regular basis to come watch his son play basketball. So
that's quite a trip.
That is a long trip. That's what he tells me. He says he's far enough along in the program over there. He's told his boss what days he's not going to be there to watch a basketball game, and his boss is okay with it.
Well, Pat Phillips was the longtime agent here in Fayette, and I guess she's retired now. And did you know Pat?
I did, and I think John Smith took that over. He used to run the Dairy Queen here in town, and I think he took that over. And now I think I don't know if Alan Marshall's running or if he's an American Family agent, but Alan was one of my baseball players when I coached here.
Right.
So,
right. And actually, he worked here, didn't he, for a while?
He did work here for a while. And
so, yeah,
he's got the pleasure of boys old enough to play sports now, so he's getting a good dose of what it's like to be on the other end of this deal and have his boys not pay any attention to what he said, just like he didn't pay any attention to what his dad told him.
That's always an eye-opening experience.
It is. My son used to tell me all the time, Dad, are we going to have a long talk on the way home? And I said, yes, we are. And he said, well, I know that means I'm not going to get to talk much, am I? And I said, no, you're not, from baseball games. So my son is a special ed teacher in Belton, just south of Kansas City.
Well, good for him.
Then my daughter in Warrensburg is a band director. She's the high school band director at Warrensburg High School. And her husband, my son-in-law, is the choir director there.
Well, good for them.
So we Prepcast covers all of their concerts for them.
Really?
Yep.
Oh, that's kind of neat too.
Yeah, she's gotten to the point where she tells me about less than 24 hours in advance. Oh, by the way, I've got a band concert that I need to get covered. Can you take care of that? So.
Well, that's a nice benefit for the parents and those that aren't unable to come.
Yeah, we did that a lot last year with all the restrictions that were on. We did, for Warrensburg, we did a little over 80 events for them last year at the high school. And we even did a virtual auction for the school foundation.
That's a good thing. The video's something new in the last, 15 years, I guess. And
yeah, probably even really in the last 5 or 6 years, it's grown from just grainy stuff to HD. We broadcast out in HD now, and we've got all kinds of stuff. Kamara, Brown with a basketball. Cameron squares up. 3 looks good. Rims out no good, but there's Anthony with the rebound, lays it up and in.
Anthony's had a good game today.
Off the bench, he's in double figures with 10. Cameron is all over Miller to the hoop, lays it up and in, and a 3-car pileup underneath the basket. Ryan Miller with his first points of the second half, only points number 4, and he takes a big hit underneath, and he's going to go to the free throw line and shoot. And I've got to get all my stuff off the screen. Don't yell at me.
Your wife will be texting you.
Yeah, she'll be telling me I got too much stuff on the screen and she can't see.
Miller got hit after the shot, but to count the bucket. Just his.
It's just point number 5, isn't
fifth.
it? Yeah, averaging almost 20.
Right.
Brown, May, Cameron. Cameron goes baseline. Kamara stripped away from him. Foul call. Fody Kamara. I think he shot all 4 of the free throws in the first half, didn't he? For the Eagles. They were 3 of 4.
He did.
Foul goes on Dallas Bailey. His second foul. First team foul of the second half.
And as we mentioned, only 7 total fouls in that first half.
And as Kamara makes the first.
A line drive free throw that time.
Makes both of them this time. He's got 11, 3 players in double figures for the Eagles at this point. Kamara and Brown with 11. Anthony with 10. They're trying to keep track of where Miller is on the floor. There's a 3 lined up, halfway down. Scoops out as Johnson missed it. Mays with a rebound. Brown's going to step through like he does and can't get the shot to fall. Bailey with a rebound. Brings it up the floor.
Brown came up a little short on his jump that time.
Johnson. Go lightly. Right over the head of Bailey to Miller. Johnson with a 3 on the way and hits it. No, Coach Schaefer wanted a timeout, couldn't get it. Had to scream, but by that point in time, Central had the ball inbounds. Too late. Brown. May, back to Brown.
Johnson's 3rd three-pointer of the game for Grandview.
Isaiah May under 10. And there's a foul call. Wondered if they were going to call one as Marcus Anthony went to the hoop. Coach Schaefer from Grandview still wants to know how come nobody gave him a timeout. He said, I'm down there in that corner, right down there, calling timeout, and nobody hears me. And the official, well, maybe get out of that corner and step up here a little further.
Got to get his big voice out.
First free throw goes in for Marcus Anthony. He's got 11, 3 players with 11.
Yeah, really nice game. Off the bench for Marcus.
He has started several ball games, but Coach Sherman's been bringing him off the bench here in the last few games. And it seems to work out pretty well. Miller, go lightly. Johnson, go lightly. That's Bryson in the corner. Miller down, kicks it over, go lightly. Dallas Bryson. Drew Johnson. 3 on the way by Miller, good, and now he calls a timeout.
Yeah.
Gets his timeout.
Really good ball movement that possession by Grandview to get the timeout or get the open 3-point shot. I
Coach
should say.
Schaefer is still talking to the officials about why he didn't get a timeout. I would say, sir, you didn't get a timeout because they didn't hear you. That's just my thought.
That would be my guess. And I'm not
There's no reason to not grant him one as long as the ball's not in bounds. 5-point lead, 17:35 to go.
I'm not quite sure why it was so imperative.
That trip, I mean.
Yeah, wasn't anything dramatic going on in the game at that point in time.
Yeah, he didn't have somebody with 4 fouls that he needed to get out that fouled out while he was waiting. So go lightly, Johnson, Miller, Dallas Bryson, and Isaiah Johnson on the floor for Grandview. Isaiah May, Cameron, Kamara, Brown, and Anthony. Marcus Anthony's getting something taped up right now, so he must have a scratch that was bleeding. Training staff gets that taken care of. Cameron into the corner, Brown back to Cameron. Going to swing it around a couple of times. Brown, now he's got a mismatch. Brown's got a big on him. Kamara's got a smaller on him. Looks short. There's Cameron with a rebound. Inside, misses. Kamara cleans it up.
Yes, he does. Good work that time on the offensive glass by the Eagles.
Miller, Bryson, go lightly.
Looks like Central Methodist maybe switched to a 1-3-1 zone.
Yeah, they're in a zone look right now. Shot doesn't fall. Player did. Kamara with a rebound. He's going to be approaching a double-double here before too long. Brown Pulls up short. Draws net, and that's it.
Don't see that very often, do you?
Do not from him. He's a 45% shooter from the floor. Johnson gets it back for Miller. Go lightly. Go lightly is 6'8". 3 on the way and good. Isaiah Johnson, his third 3 of the ball game, and it's down to a 4-point advantage with 16:05 to go second half. Pass the ball to Kamara, but he wasn't looking. Ryan Miller ahead of the group, lays it up and in.
Yeah, another little bit of a lull for the Eagles. That unforced errors like that, live ball turnovers, that can hurt you.
McGrew and Lyle get ready to check in. Cameron. Anthony. No good. Tries to follow his own shot, but Ryan Miller with a rebound. Miller, I think, only had 2 points at halftime. He's got 10 now.
Yeah, he's starting to come alive.
That's him with the ball right there.
Just a 5'11" guard, not real big.
He's a senior. Rises, fires, no good. Cameron with a rebound. We approach 15 to go. Cameron's going to go right past, and a blocking foul on Miller. This will be his first foul. Cameron out. Marcus Anthony out. McGrew, Jaden McGrew into the ball game along with Trent Lyles.
Central could use a bucket this trip.
Kamara misses, gets his own rebound, pulls it out of there. Mugged by 3. That's Dallas Bryson.
I'm really not sure what he was thinking.
I think he was just trying to keep him from getting to the basket and making a basket. Because he said afterwards, he pointed himself and said, yeah, I did it. And no doubt about that.
Well,
I just don't think he wanted Kamara to shoot an inside shot uncontested.
A bear hug from behind.
Brown, May. Isaiah May hits a 3. He's got 5 in the ball game.
His first three-pointer of the game.
He had 5 the other night. Career high. He is only a sophomore. Belleville, Illinois, talking to his folks. Not actually from Belleville, but that's the closest bigger town. So they're okay with saying they're from Belleville. They are letting them play now. And
yep, pretty physical inside right there.
3-on-3. Kamara will pick up a charge at this point. There was a flop, nothing called. May just made a 3. May makes another 3. And the lead's up to 8 on back-to-back threes by Isaiah May.
That three-point shot can cure a lot of woes, can't it?
It certainly can get you in games and out of games in a hurry. You said it in the first game. It can get you into the ball game, and it can shoot you right back out again. Miller takes it in, scores. Timeout called. They got 2 Millers, but they're not from the same town, so I'm going to guess they're not, maybe not related.
Well, Ryan Miller trying to impose his will on this game. As you said, only 2 in the first half. He's got 10 in the second, up to a total of 12. He's pretty much been the offense here in the second half for him.
Central goes to Evangel Wednesday night. Big doubleheader. Women have not played at Evangel yet this year, as that was one of the COVID forfeit losses for them. So they're looking forward to taking on the Valor. I don't know if you call them the Valors.
I don't know. That's
and
that
rebranding after all these years of being the Crusaders.
How was the Crusaders' offensive team?
I have no idea how that was, unless you're going to go back and say that the Crusades were offensive in some way.
I guess.
But they're at Evangel and then home for 3 games. Saturday, Wednesday, Saturday. 12th, 16th, and 19th.
3 Saturday nights in a row. That's fairly unusual to have home games.
I've been very fortunate because those Wednesday night trips are tough on me. Only had 1 so far. I got one more. Go lightly with a steal as you try to pass it across the middle of the court into traffic. It's a 6-point advantage.
Now go lightly, bringing the ball up at 6'8".
6'8" senior from Maryville, Missouri. Jackson Go Lightly.
The Spoof Hounds.
One of the more interesting nicknames in the state. 3 from the corner, no good by Bryson. Brown with a rebound. May, corner to Kamara. If you see him shoot a 3, you may see Coach Sherman come unglued. Isaiah May with his 3rd straight three-pointer.
He's feeling it. Marcus Anthony was feeling it in the first half.
Yeah, I say that about Fodi Kamara. He's 0 for 8 from the three-point line. Slide, foul call. Could easily have maybe been a travel.
Yeah, they're going to call the foul on McGrew, I believe.
His first. Miller at the line.
You know, we've had 2 pretty well-played games.
Yes, we have.
This game's been clean.
Miller before
so
that
far.
before that was 116 out of 134 at 86.6% on the season
Doesn't
from the
miss
free throw
many.
line.
They shoot it at a 74% clip as a team.
And that's kind of what we saw in the first ball game. Grandview's women shot it from the free throw line pretty well.
Whew, didn't they, though? And a bunch of them.
Lyles in the corner. Kamara. McGrew. Brown. Curls. Looks. Walks.
Got off balance a little bit there at the right elbow. And
Kind of got turned around a little bit and lost his footing. It's an 8-point ball game.
he's just a sophomore as well.
Johnson off the tip, gets it back.
Isaiah Johnson with a three-pointer.
He's up to 12 in the ball game. Brown got a 3 lined up. Scoops out no good. And Miller, Ryan Miller with a rebound. They have 2 Millers and 2 Johnsons. That's a long 3. Lyles with the rebound. Gets it ahead to Kamara. He needs to slow down and kick it out. Lyles has a 3 lined up. Looks off. It is. Kamara over the top of Miller, but stolen away by Drew Johnson. Ryan Miller kicks it out. Isaiah Johnson, short. Pace is picked up. Scoring has not.
Yeah, not a lot of balls going in the bucket right now.
May hit 4 in a row.
Yes, he did. He is feeling it.
He had 5 in the last game and had 17, I think, for a career high. He's got 4 in this one, and he has 14 in this game. So
takes over the scoring lead for the Eagles.
Community Auto Sales and Service is a one-stop shop for all your automotive needs, from brakes, tires, and oil changes to front-end alignments, engine repair, batteries, and state inspections. They have everything and can do anything to keep you on the road safely. Proud supporter of Eagles athletics. 58-50, 10:50 to go.
Can the Eagles hang on in this final 10:50? That's the question.
Well, they've kind of had their little bit of a lull. Isaiah May's gotten them out of that recently.
Yeah, they turned the ball over quite a bit in that little stretch of a lull.
Jack Trudeau into the game. Tim Cameron with the rebound. That was Go Lightly that missed it. May wants another 3. Brown can find him. Lyles with a 3 off the side, and it will go almost out of bounds, but Trudeau runs it down. 6'5" senior from Van Meter, Iowa. This is Ryan Miller, senior from Walker, Iowa.
A lot of players for both the women's and the men's team.
Yeah, they're a little more locally recruited than Central. Their baseball team Central's baseball team is the same way. They have a lot of foreign players. Kicked out. Ryan Miller with a 3, comes up short. Tim Cameron with a rebound, slaps Golightly's hands away from him. Kicks it to the corner. Brown with a 3 from there and hits it right from in front of his own bench. 14 for him.
Central basically unconscious from 3. 11 for 24. 45% from 3 this afternoon.
And they shoot 31.8% on the season.
Another deep 3, that time by...
That was by Connor Robertson,
yeah.
just into the ball game. His first points of the ball game. Lyles passes on the 3, gets it to Mays. May inside to Kamara. Nice baseline move, up, under, and in.
Yeah, really nice move that time on Trudeau.
10-point advantage, just under 9. Golightly underneath. Misses the shot. That was Robertson. Almost surprised that it didn't. There was a hand in the net right before it went up, but there's a ball thrown out of bounds. It'll stay with the Eagles, but a timeout called. We have a timeout on the floor. And while we do that, Jim, I just want to tell you how much I've enjoyed having you up here helping me out today.
Well, I was glad to be here. It's a lot of fun.
We've tried for 2 years to get this done,
yes,
and each time that he is scheduled to come help me, it snows.
And it didn't disappoint this week either, did it?
We just had enough time to get the roads cleared to get here. Last year it snowed like the night before he was supposed to come up.
We were going to do a baseball game last spring, and something happened where we got canceled out, I think.
Yeah, I don't know if it snowed on that day too or not. Maybe that's just a recurring theme.
Keep me out of Howard County, right?
Yeah. Again, glad to have you back in Howard County. It's been a pleasure to have you. I greatly appreciate you coming and helping and doing a great job. You do this, though. You broadcast high school sports, too. So
yeah, we KJFM Radio, which is based out of in between Bowling Green and Louisiana, Missouri. We have been doing it for, I guess 30 years probably now. We cover about, kind of like you guys do with PrepCast, we cover about 6 teams predominantly in our area, and keeps us busy, obviously.
Yeah. Our my boss for PrepCast, Tim Miller, out of St. Louis, has been keeping track of it, and we're over 200 different schools that have been on PrepCast so far this year.
Wow. That's a lot.
It is a lot. I've got 3 schools that I cover, and then on the other side, out on the western side, the Kansas City side, Butler, Adrian, Rich Hill are all covered out there, so there's 3 more high schools. And then out of St. Louis, Tim has a lot of high schools that he covers on a semi-regular basis, like St. Mary's High School that's getting bumped from Class 3 football to Class 5 football next year.
Right. The old championship penalty.
Yeah. We had a broadcast not long ago. May looking for another. Can't get it, but Cameron's got it and throws it back out to May. We were actually live on the air one day when Valley Catholic found out they were being bumped up 2 classes in football the next year. We were having an interview with Valley Catholic's athletic director and football coach, and they said, oh, by the way, I've got bad news. You're getting bumped up 2 spots next year in football.
And they were still ranked in that higher class this year.
They were. They ran into St. Mary's, which beat everybody by about 40 points this year.
Yeah, it was.
They had 5 D1 players on their roster.
They were a good football team. Back-to-back turnovers by each team here in this one.
Yeah, the only good thing out of all of that is it runs a little bit of clock off. Central up 10 with 8 to go. Lyles in the corner, Cameron straight away. And Cameron's on the floor. It's a jump ball, and it will go the direction of Grandview.
Pretty good defensive play that time by Miller for Grandview. Got him tied up and got the ball down on the ground.
Ryan Miller. He's got 13, averages almost 20. Had 2 in the first half. Kamara with a quick steal. Down the floor, two-hand jam. And are they going to call a technical for hanging on the rim?
Nope, I think Coach Sherman's called a timeout.
Well, all right.
Yeah, you can hang on the rim like that if you're at risk of bodily harm, which he was. He was swinging after the first, after the dunk went through. So they'll allow you to hang.
I got a replay of that. He's not in your picture yet when I start this, but he's going to come into your picture real quick. And there's that two-hand dunk. So we got that one for you.
Now, if you'd done a chin-up.
And if you want to see the entire play unfold from start to bottom, here you're going to see him pick the pocket right there. Head down the floor and flush it.
Yeah, the 12th turnover of the game on Grandview. Central with 17 turnovers. That's too many.
That is too many, but that's kind of the way they play that way every once in a while. They get a little carried away and get to playing too fast.
We talked about the three ball and how they're not a prolific three-point shooting team. Well, Thursday night and today, they're trying to prove us wrong.
Yeah, they shoot 31% on the year.
Sitting at 46 right now.
And they probably did better than that Thursday night. 7.5 to go in this. Ryan Miller. Across to Drew Johnson. Go lightly. Bailey with a three, no good. May gets it to Kamara, which is not a good idea in transition.
He was gingerly coming down the floor with that.
Yeah, he's been yelled at enough about going in and just putting his head down and going to the basket and picking up charges and turning the ball over. He's not alone in that factor. McGrew. Lyles wants to go baseline against Miller. Three. Go lightly with a steal.
Second time he's done that.
Euro step and basket.
Yeah, what I always say about the Euro step is traveling.
No. You call that as an official, do you? And just kind of look at him like you can't do that?
All right.
That's too many steps. You got from the free throw line to the basket and never dribbled.
But
Lyles?
It's got a nickname now, so it's good, right?
Yeah. Somebody got away with it, created it, got it to work. First shot missed. Kamara got the rebound, missed, knocked out of bounds. Lyles out. Anthony back in.
You mentioned how Central's really good on the glass. 42 rebounds for them compared to 19.
Yeah, they've out-rebounded their opponents during the year. Let me look at it. 1,055 to 810.
Wow.
So 245 more rebounds over the season. It's almost 10 a game. McGrew bumps, can't get a shot to go, gets it back. Has it blocked, gets it back. May fires it at the buzzer, no good, and on the floor. And comes out, and we're going to get a foul on Kamara.
Yeah, he dove into the pile and took the legs out from underneath Ryan Miller.
And Ryan Miller should be really happy that was Fodi Kamara and not Thomas Sawulu. Because the 245-pound Chuck, wink, wink, blah, blah, would have caused a little more injury than the smaller Kamara would have.
We haven't seen Sawulu in the second half.
No, Coach Sherman's gone small. He's gone 4 guards and a big. And there's a foul on Kamara. That'll be his third, I believe.
Actually, a good foul that time. Stop a wide open layup by Dallas Bailey.
So Bailey will go to the free throw line.
One of the few free throws for Grandview.
58.8% free throw shooter, so he drags their average down a little bit.
Rattled that one home. Just the 4th free throw of the game for Grandview. Central's only shot 8, though.
Misses the second. Kamara with a rebound. On the individual stats, how many rebounds does Kamara have, Jim?
Yeah, let's just take a quick peek. He's got 11, 17 and 11 right now.
So he's got his double-double that he's normally into. Brown, crossover to the hoop, off the glass and in. Jonathan Brown with 16 now. Miller thought about it. Johnson in the corner, go lightly. Bailey. Miller jumps through, kicks it back out, go lightly. Bailey with a 3, hits it, and a timeout called.
Deep 3 by Bailey. His 2nd 3 of the game.
Just under 5 to go. 8-point advantage.
Well, they're not out of it the way they shoot the threes.
No, not at all. When I'm back for the next home game, which is next Saturday, I'll have dates for you as to the conference tournament when those days are.
Just around the corner, isn't it?
Yeah, I think it's like the 23rd and 25th are the first 2 games in the men's division, and the 24th and 26th are the dates for the first 2 games in the women's division as well. So we could be here for ball games the 23rd, the 24th, the 25th, and the 26th.
Maybe you ought to just stay in Fayette that week.
I've got a mother-in-law in Boonville. Does that count?
She'd be glad to have you.
Yes, she would.
Yeah, I believe
if I brought my wife along, yeah.
I believe your wife and I used to hang out in the library some.
Well, if you hung out with my wife, that's probably where you did hang out with her at. She was a nursing student and took it pretty seriously.
She and another nursing student from Quincy were in there studying at the same time I was most of the time.
She tells me lots of stories, and I know about we had a baseball player named Jeff Moorhead who hung out a lot with her for chemistry and biology.
Right.
Trying to get through.
Jeff, a good friend of mine, actually bought his house when we moved to Fayette.
Anthony with a miss. Go lightly with a rebound. 4:20 to go.
No real rush yet for Grandview. Plenty of time.
Yeah. This is Johnson, Isaiah Johnson. He's fouled by McGrew. Jaden McGrew with his 2nd personal foul. That's team foul number 5.
Nobody in any kind of foul trouble in this game.
Macklin Shanahan, 6'3" junior from Maquaita. I'm sure I butchered that.
Well, it's kind of interesting that Shanahan's coming into the game for the first time this late in the game.
Isaiah Johnson goes out, holding his right
specialty?
Hand. Go lightly, puts it up and in off the inbounds pass. Well, it's not scoring. He averages 1.3.
He doesn't shoot a lot of threes, so that's interesting substitution.
McGrew back out to Brown. Take your time. It's a 6-point advantage. Brown almost loses. Maybe he's a defensive specialist. Kamara with 8 on the shot clock. McGrew steps into a 3. Nails it. Not his forte either, but that doesn't seem to matter today.
Yeah, that's kind of an important 3, too.
He's 1 of 5, 2 of 5 on the season now from the 3-point line. As all of a sudden it's easier for Ryan Miller to get to the hoop.
Closing in on his average of 20 a game. He's got 15.
So about the only thing we have left to see is Kamara to make a 3. That would probably have the place come unglued.
have a forearm check on that foul.
Team foul number 5 as well.
Nobody in the bonus yet. Team fouls 5 apiece. Excellent.
It's on Ryan Miller, his second personal foul. Into Kamara. Shot clock back at 20. Brown curls. 3 on the way. Good. He got eligible second semester last year and was their leading scorer for the second half of the season.
Coach Sherman speaks very highly of him.
And Drew Johnson comes right back and nails it. Looking at the timeouts. 2 for the Eagles and 3 still up on the scoreboard.
Drew Johnson's had the hot hand for Grandview in the second half. His 4th three-pointer. 4 for 8. He's got 12.
He shoots a lot of three-pointers. He's 41 for 134 on the season. That's 30.6.
Have to ice his arm down after the game's over with.
He has shot more three-pointers than two-pointers. He's total field goals attempted 219, and 134 of those were threes.
Wow. They're shooting it at 44% clip from 3 is Grandview. Central at 45. Actually, Central's three-point percentage is better than their two-point percentage tonight. 45.2 versus 41.9 from two-point land.
So looking at Grandview averages 79, Central 76. Central's at 73 with 2:41 to go.
Yeah, and I didn't look at the league schedule to see who was playing who today.
Sometimes we're lucky enough to be able to find that out on the side by going to the Heart. I will try and do that right now.
As we mentioned, this is an important game for both of these teams in terms of league standing.
McGrew will bring it up. Anthony, Brown. Brown's got his average at 19. McGrew, Brown. Down to 5. Brown with a runner. Bank no good. Bailey with a rebound.
Uh-oh. Got a game now.
Go lightly.
Down to 5. You're guarding the 3 a little better as of late.
Brown's got a 3 from the side, looks long, back of the rim. Kamara with a rebound, back out, runs some more clock with 1:35 to go. McGrew to the hoop, offhand, off the glass, and good.
Yeah, nice crossover dribble at the head of the key to make some space for himself that time.
Miller rises, jumper comes up short, off the hands and out of bounds.
A little full court pressure now for Grandview.
All right, I got some scores up. I'll look at those as we go along. Evangel has beaten Graceland, and Graceland's at the bottom of the pile. William Penn up 4 on Mid-America. There's a foul called. Peru State up 13 on Baker with 14 minutes to go.
Speaking of Mid-America, I saw where Rocky Lamar, their coach, got his 800th career win.
I remember seeing Rocky Lamar play basketball here years ago.
He has been the coach at Mid-Am for quite some time.
All right, so Evangel's in front of Central in the standings, and they're winning their ball game right now. Lyles, as they try and foul, finally do. Park is right behind, and they lost to Clark, or they beat Clark today. Is that today? Looks like it.
And
Benedictine won, so they're below. Where's Baker?
Did you say
They're losing to Peru State. They're right behind. So a little bit of help for Central.
The entire Grandview bench felt like
Lyles
stepped on baseline, came up off the bench, and didn't get the call.
Of course, they're only 40-some feet away, right? It's 9 points, and there's a steal by Lyles. Brown, he'll flush it left-handed.
There's an exclamation point to this game, maybe.
Yeah, he likes to dunk with his offhand. He likes to dunk left-handed.
Gives him an 11-point lead.
Miller, don't foul him. Let him go to the hoop.
Yeah,
Let the clock run.
Absolutely. You don't want to put them on the line where they can score with no time running. But that's exactly what they did.
He's got 15, so he's got a chance to inch closer to his 19.9 average. Makes the first one.
Solid free throw shooter. 86%, almost 87%.
Dallas Bryson back in. Macklin Shanahan out. Shanahan in for, I was going to say defensive fouling, but he went out for that reason right now. So let's take a look and see if I can find that last clip. See if we can find.
See if he was on the baseline or not?
No, I didn't get that one. I was just going to see if I
see
got the dunk.
Oh, well, sure.
See if that's what I got.
That was a pretty one.
It is. There he goes, throwing it down. We'll give you the whole play look here in just a second. As there it comes. There's the steal and the pass ahead. Two players there, but it's Brown that flushes it. Get the dance team out here.
Dance team's a little light today, aren't they?
They are. They must have something else going on somewhere else. Don't know what it would be, but
see a banner.
Yeah, there's a couple of dance banners down there for them.
See, the cheerleading won the national championship last year. The National Cheerleaders Association, NCA.
So everybody gets in on the action here. Looking around, I don't see President Drake in attendance today.
Well, you talked about it. The league's changed quite a bit with William Jewell getting out and Ottawa getting out, and in addition to these other teams. But Central's athletic programs as a whole are in about as good a shape as they've ever been in.
I would agree. The Hart has a Commissioner's Cup that goes to the school that does the best overall in a bunch. They haven't updated that for a long time, but I can't imagine there's anybody that has done as well in all of their sports as Central has done.
As Lyles tries to play keep away.
You've got football making the finals, and there's going to be, Grandview did better in football. Okay. And then you got volleyball. Central did better than that than a lot of other schools. First one's good. Soccer. Central's men won the conference championship and advanced to the Final Four again. Their women were number 2 in the nation ranked, won their conference championship and advanced to the Final Four. So I'm not sure exactly how the points are all divvied up, but those are the sports that count.
Right. And basketball, girls basketball is at the top of the heap right now in their division. So
11 points with 35 seconds to go. Miller now at his average of 19.9, and
smart move by McGrew that time as he just backed off rather than trying to take a charge and get in the blocking foul, let him score the bucket. Lead at 9.
Coach Schaefer from Grandview decides he doesn't want to take any timeouts home with him, so he uses his last one up.
going to draw up that 32-second 9-point play, right?
That's right. The steal, the three, the steal, the three, the steal, and the three at the buzzer.
For the win. But that
would be a tie.
That would be a miracle. That's what that would be.
One of those years that the banner's up there for all those points, I saw Sherman's bunch, a Central team, come from behind, and they were down, I'm going to say they were down 6 with like 30 seconds to go. And one of their players hit a three from right as soon as we go back to our overhead camera, about where the tee is in Methodist, the second tee, about where the volleyball line is, falling out of bounds, yanked one from there to tie the game up and send it into overtime.
The old 7-second offense. Won a shot every 7 seconds.
Yeah, I remember watching them practice and feeling so sorry for John Bucksaff. He had to take it out of bounds, and he still had to get down the floor, and they would fire a three, and they'd wait for him to get down and get the ball back in bounds, and then he was the last one who had to score, so he had to throw it in, get down the floor, and shoot a layup before the time ran out, because I think Coach Sherman put like 45 seconds, and you had everybody on the offense had to get a shot off in their 45 seconds, going alternate ends of the floor. Brown with it.
Heavy full court pressure.
Lyles, really good free throw shooter. He can go ahead and let them foul him.
And he does.
Lyles on the season.
Ironically, though, when you're down by this many points, fouling generally doesn't work.
Lyles is an 84% free throw shooter. As you'll notice, Cameron's not in the game. He's a 44% free throw shooter.
And it got deathly quiet in here, didn't it?
It did.
I was like, oh my
you could
goodness.
You could hear it hit the rim and the net go.
Wow. Is everybody asleep down there?
Everybody's quiet, hoping for 24.4 to go away pretty quickly. Lyles with 7. Miller. Bailey misses. Go lightly, turns and throws it out. Miller runs it down before it goes to half court. Johnson with a 3, can't get it to go. Fouled quickly there by Shanahan.
And McGrew will walk to the other end and shoot a free throw, or actually he'll shoot 2.
I guarantee you the na-na-na down there, the goodbye song is being started by one of the women basketball players.
Yeah, you're right.
I know.
Are you saying you've heard that before?
I have, and I kind of heard. I know that voice. I've heard it often enough.
I don't know what she did with the money for the singing lessons, but
yeah, Mama you didn't get your money's worth there. Quickly down, laid up. Nobody started the clock, I don't think. We're down to the last 3, and it looks like it will dribble out at that. 85-74. The Eagles go to 18-8 overall, 9-6 in the heart. Grandview goes to 13-9, 8-7 in the heart. So it's a doubleheader sweep for the Eagles today.
3-game win streak for the men, with a big matchup on Wednesday night at Evangel. They need to win that one.
And it's a big matchup for the women as well, because that's the team in front of that's pretty close to them in the standings as well. So, and they have not played them. That was one of their COVID losses. They had to forfeit to Evangel, and they forfeited to Park, which in that case the Park one really hurts because they've only won 2 games, one of those being the forfeit.
Right. But the men did play, if I'm not mistaken, and Evangel came in here
and beat them early in the season.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So they want to avenge that loss, and if they can.
And if Evangel is, in fact, leaving the conference, they'll want to send them out with a little something to remind them of everything in the future.
You certainly don't want them to win the South.
You don't want, not leaving the conference. You don't want them to win any South, North conference tournament. You want them to leave under bad terms.
Absolutely.
You want them to leave unhappy if possible. So,
2 good games, though, for both Central clubs, and guess, what's this? The JV team's going to practice?
I got some practice of some sort. Yeah, one of the reserve, they're called now, instead of JV. They've got them full. Looking at the scoreboard real quick, Brown led with 23. Kamara had 17.
Interesting branding, right? May with 14, Anthony with 12 for Central. For Grandview, Miller got almost to his average. He had 19. Isaiah Johnson and Drew Johnson with 12 each, 11 apiece for Dallas Bailey and Jackson Golightly, the second best name in the league.
It was 38-30 at the half. 38-30 at the half. And 85-74, so it was 8. It went to 11 to finish up, which we'll flip over to that cameras. We got reserves coming in here directly as we start unplugging stuff and getting ready to go. Again, want to thank Jim Ross for coming and helping me out with this. Quentin was gone for today, so
Glad
I've been
to be here. Really enjoyed it.
I've been trying to reach out to some former players here that would have interest in coming back and could have stories about Coach Sherman that they might want to share and their time when they were here.
It's kind of like your stories about Coach Ash. Maybe you don't want to tell too many of those stories about Coach Sherman.
I've tried to tell the Coach Ash stories, and they don't have the same flavor because I can't use the same verbiage that he used for a lot of his stuff. So it is the internet. I could get away with saying bad stuff if I wanted to, but I don't want to.
No.
So. Doubleheader sweep for the Eagles.
Really enjoyed it, Charlie.
It's a pleasure to have you, Jim. And again, anytime you want to do this, maybe we'll try and set up a baseball doubleheader sometime during the course of the year.
That'd be fun,
or
too.
A softball doubleheader.
CMU women win 93-79. And the men finish off the sweep 85-74.
Take a real quick look and see if any of the other games have gone final as well, because a lot of them were at the end of it. And, of course, it's going to make me go all the way to the very beginning of the season.
Yeah, while you're looking at that, I'll just throw some stats out there.
Do it.
Central Methodist 42.4 from two-point land, 43.8 from three-point land, 14 for 32. 14's a bunch of threes for Central. 15 for 16 from the charity stripe were the Eagles, 93%. Grandview, they never just could get over the hump. They got it down to within 4, and Coach Sherman called a timeout to settle the troops, and they got it out to about 10, and it kind of stayed around there for the rest of the game. 46% from two-point land for Grandview, 41.9 from three, and they were 71% from the charity stripe, 5-4-7. 18 turnovers for Central Methodist, a little too many there. 13 for Grandview, and as Charlie mentioned, dominant on the boards. 49 rebounds for Central, 23 for Grandview.
Well, I think that will do it for us from here as the reserve team gets ready to go out on the floor. And don't know, probably a practice because I think they play their reserve games on Sundays.
I think that's right.
So 85-74, they left that score up on the scoreboard for us to look at. On other occasions, it's off in a hurry.
I'm sure that's right.
So we thank you for joining in and enjoying the ball games. We hope you've enjoyed the broadcast today. Paris Central Methodist wins. Wednesday night at Evangel. I'll be back here next Saturday. When who comes to town next Saturday?
Is it Park?
Park College comes to town. Women not doing very well. Park men right behind the Central men in the standings, so that'll be a big game for the men, and it'll be the start of the 3-game end of the season for both the men and the women, as they'll have Park, and then they have Mid-America and finish up with Missouri Valley, and then the Hart Conference Tournament will start. For Jim Ross, is Charlie Brown. Thanks for joining in. We hope you've appreciated and enjoyed the broadcast. We'll be back next Saturday here on the Heart of America Athletic Conference, powered by the Eagle Sports Network.